With the psychedelics market going on a rampage, specifically in the US and Canada, you won't be wrong to assume an explosive growth with stock prices within this industry in the coming years. Studies find that there are over 50,000 psychiatrists and 15,000 psychiatric practices in all of North America. With such numbers, it's not wrong to tie an exorbitant expenditure to psychiatric services. That is precisely the case, as the spending on such services is valued at more than $150 billion and increasing, costing 8 times more than heart disease. Thus, such smaller pharmaceutical startup firms like Wesana Health have a competitive advantage over their peers in the field regarding their stock's growth potential. Headquartered in West Chicago Bloomington Trail, Homer Glen, Illinois, US, Wesana Health Holdings is a pharmaceutical firm engaged in researching, developing, and distributing psychedelic and naturally sourced therapies to treat traumatic brain injury. The company was founded by Daniel Carcillo, Don McCullough, and Chad Bronstein. Even though big pharma, such as Pfizer, GlaxoSmithKline, and the rest of them are having a severe hold on the pharmaceutical industry, smaller companies such as Wesana Health will eventually outpace these big pharma, given their nimble lowered cost, thus increasing the propensity for exponential growth. Need I remind you that getting involved now could be the best bet you'd ever get before it hits the market properly, especially on NASDAQ. Stay tuned for more on that. Thanks for watching Make Money Online. If you haven't already, consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on post notifications. We also have a crypto Discord group where we give out calls for our favorite altcoins, and you can also win special rewards for inviting your friends to the group. Links are in the description. Founded in 2019 and listed on the US Stock Exchange on August 2, 2021, Wesana Health is dedicated to improving mental health and performance through pioneering drug development, clinical therapy, and remote patient monitoring solutions using psychedelic medicine. Wesana Health runs a psychedelic drug production and distribution firm to develop a first-to-market model for multidisciplinary care with a data-driven psychiatric foundation informed by advanced diagnostics. Investing in this company right as we speak before it gets listed on NASDAQ provides you with the opportunity to become an early investor and reap those exorbitant profits you've always heard of throughout the stock market. Given the company's portfolio, as it's currently sitting on a $36 million worth of assets, $11 million of which are cash-based, with barely $2 million in liabilities, a power-packed team of seasoned drug developers, psychiatrists, and financial experts. And since Wesana Health Holdings enjoys a team of researchers and a growing network of clinics and psychiatrists dedicated to improving mental health, this company has a very robust balance sheet coming into 2022, hence a great investment option for long-term investors. But before we go deeper into the basics of what profit potential the company's stock proposes, let's take a quick look into the foundation of the startup and what makes it incredible, at least to the numerous investors. They're constantly getting involved with the project on a daily basis. Wesana Health was founded by Daniel Carcillo, a National Hockey League professional player, most famously with the Chicago Blackhawks. This NHLer, who right after winning 2 Stanley Cups in 9 seasons was diagnosed with 7 concussions, was forced to retire in 2015 at the young age of 30 due to a condition known as post-concussion syndrome. Daniel gave the traditional medical system one opportunity after another for a long time. He spent 4 years and hundreds of thousands of dollars trying different clinical concussion treatments for traumatic brain injury, but was no closer to improving his brain health and quality of life. Shockingly, the success rate of traditional antidepressants is only approximately 30 to 40%, and only 44% of TBI patients with MDD received antidepressants or counseling. Furthermore, of those who were treated, there's limited evidence supporting the efficacy of antidepressants in the treatment of post-TBI depression. Then the former NHL star gave non-traditional medicine a chance. This included consuming mushrooms containing psilocybin in combination with evidence-based therapies and other plant medicines, fungi, and adaptogens. Carcillo received news that his brain scans had no abnormalities and his blood work had normalized 6 months into that. He also noticed improvements in his face, how he was speaking and acting, more patience, and a better ability to connect with his 3 young children. Following the disappearance of such symptoms, including light sensitivity, slurred speech, insomnia, headaches, head pressure, anxiety, depression, and ultimately suicidal thoughts, after months of being exposed to these non-traditional medications, Carcillo decided to take this new measure to the next level. Since the NHL and subsequently Big Pharma couldn't help Daniel and others like him, he had to be his own advocate. He established a program that utilizes safe, tested alternative therapies to help athletes suffering from sport activity-related brain injuries. Using psilocybin and CBD, a combination therapy of compounds with demonstrated effectiveness, Wesana's primary product, Sana 013, targets symptom alleviation by improving the body's neuroplasticity while reducing inflammation. And as a significant step forward, the United States Food and Drug Administration granted Wesana's request for a pre-investigational new drug, or pre-IND meeting to discuss the novel therapy and proprietary protocol for the treatment of traumatic brain injury-related major depressive disorder. Through this license, the company leaps even further since it clears the path towards further study and advancement of Sana 013 in the US with a full IND clearance and initiation of Phase 1 in the clinical trial process anticipated to occur in late 2022. A move that is set to skyrocket the price of Wesana stock to percentage highs never seen before since the launch of the company's IPO. The Wesana Health stock is currently trading at 54 cents, according to data from the Wall Street Journal, dated Thursday, March 10, 2022. This means you still have a chance to join in now when the prices are still at the barest minimum. More importantly, looking into some of the company's insights regarding the millions of patients struggling with mental health symptoms, you get a picture of the size of the market that Wesana Health Inc. is looking to service. Hence, the explosive profit potential to investors, especially the early birds, by the Wesana stock. There are always and always will be tremendous opportunities in the stock market at any given moment. Still, none come close to the ones created when the government changes its tune, from a regulatory perspective, on a given industry or sector. This company is that case. This isn't a market opportunity. This is not one of those opportunities to make 20, 30% or just narrowly and marginally outperform indices. Instead, it's a chance to ultimately defeat and bypass Big Pharma and make those 10, 20, 30, 50, or even 100 times whatever amount you invest by the time the stock fully hits the market. Given that Wesana is prepped to handle the debilitating repercussions of repeated trauma to the brain through novel treatments and clinics for the patients Big Pharma left behind, the pharmaceutical startup's focus right now is on removing the stigma that exists around neurological disorders and advancing psychedelic-based therapies that will allow people to retake control of their health and overcome their trauma. Wesana can bypass Big Pharma since the company is already operating 2 clinics in the greater Chicago area, with plans to expand the clinic network, and has administered over 4,000 ketamine treatments since inception. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to turn on bell notifications. If you have any questions, drop us a comment, and we'll see you next time.
Hollywood Carson.